It's really fun to come to a garden center and see what new plants are available and look at different plants that we can put in our homes and landscapes. I'm Meyer with the University of Minnesota Extension, and we're here at Tonkadale Garden Center looking at plants, new plants, old plants, and how to read plant labels and buy the best plants for your home and landscape. So here is a rose. A rose, of course, is still the best-selling plant in America. People love the flowers. There's so many different kinds of roses that you can get. This, reading the label is really important when you're looking at a rose. This is one of the Easy Elegance series. This particular cultivar is called Music Box. And if we look closely at the label, we can see the hardiness time on this. Cold hardiness, zone 4 to 9, minus 30 degrees. So this will really tell you this will be very hardy for Minnesota. Zone 4 is the central part of Minnesota and the southern part. And Easy Elegance is actually a rose series that came out of Bailey Nurseries right here in Minnesota. So the labeling will give you a lot of good information about that. In Minnesota, the Department of Agriculture regulates labeling for us to help us have the best plants for our climate. And if a plant is not hardy in Minnesota and is sold, we have to label it if it's not hardy. So you can see these roses. These are beautiful roses, a Floribunda and a hybrid tea rose, but these are not hardy for Minnesota. So these are not proven to withstand our zone 4 winter conditions, and certainly not zone 3. So in Minnesota, when you're buying a plant, if it's an outdoor plant, it will be labeled as hardy and have the zone stated. And if it's not, it will say something like this. So it is a risk to plant this. In a certain microclimate, you could get these roses to live. And then if you want to do the Minnesota tip, you can definitely get these roses to live. But that means covering them up with extra protection through the winter. So reading the label is really important when you're buying a plant. Magnolias are one of my favorite plants. We can grow several different kinds in Minnesota, not the evergreen ones, but deciduous ones that have beautiful pink and white flowers early in the spring. There are several hybrids that are hardy, and these will work well for zone 4. And there is a magnolia that's hardy in zone 3 that's come out of North Dakota State University, and it's called Spring Welcome. So it's very important when you're at the garden centers to look at the labels and see exactly what the plant is. And again, the hardiness zone will be labeled along with the cultivar name and some of the care instructions as well. So think about magnolias for their wonderful diversity. Well, lilacs are one of everyone's favorite shrubs, I think, because of their beautiful fragrant flowers. There's some new cultivars on the market, and this one is called Boomerang because it's a re-blooming lilac. So most of these plants will have a big bloom time early in the spring, but then later, after a few weeks, they might bloom again. But I've never seen them bloom as heavy the second time as they do the first. But here again, we want to look at the label. You can read about, certainly see the cultivar name on this, and the all-important, what is the hardiness zone going to be? When you look at the hardiness rating, you can see USDA zone 3 to 7. So this is one that's hardy to minus 40 degrees. So this Boomerang lilac would work for people in northern Minnesota. So the whole northern half, that's zone 3, has to be very careful about what plant they're planting and be sure to read the label. For all your information about how to grow plants inside and outside, go to extension.umn.edu and search for Yard at Garden.